Hello, and welcome to another exciting installment of Michael Jackson Was Innocent and I Will Die on That Hill. So, before we even begin, first of all, I'd like to introduce the fact that we're drinking some gin. Yes. Matt will be joining us in a moment. We're having some gin. Didn't really come up with a game for this one, but we'll make something up as we go. But before we even start to discuss Onision, we need to take a moment to talk about audible Windows notification sound, apparently. Stream ruined. We need to take a moment to talk about the catastrophe of Warner Brothers, Warner Media, and their YouTube channel, and their decision to upload a trailer for a 4K version of Justice League from 2017. So as we all know, Warner Brothers has not only an aversion to satisfying its fans, but apparently just a fear of money and success in general. Mm-hmm. So if you haven't seen it, after the success of the Snyder Cut, which is objectively better in every way, they put out a 4K trailer for a special release of the shit one that no one liked, and was also directed by a known sex pest, who was also sexist and racist to the cast and crew. So, hooray, go Warner Brothers.
Warner Brothers just knocking it out of the park with their absolute inability to understand that they're being so tone deaf.
Just read a room.
Yeah, it's one of the stupidest decisions I've ever heard in my life.
Thank you very much for Neighbour's Kid for the $5. He says, give some credit to Onision letting his kid fall out of the window. He's probably used to ignoring the screams of young girls. I mean, thank you, but I wouldn't call that giving him credit, if I'm entirely honest. That's just acknowledging the evil in his heart.
Yeah. Oh, God, did you see that whole thing? I mean, I don't really keep up to date with the whole James Charles sort of backlash. I just know that he's apparently a nonce. But
every time you say James Charles, I keep picturing James Marriott, and I don't know why. I don't know who the fuck James Charles is, and every time she says James Charles, I just...
Yeah, speaking of... Yeah, so, and Onision actually, replied to a tweet about James Charles basically, acknowledging the allegations. And it was, pot calling kettle black. It was just
Onision complaining about someone else being a sex pest.
Yeah. It was like that whole looking yourself in the looking at yourself in the mirror. And,
where's Matson Dixonovich?
That's the Russian me, yeah.
Yeah, there he is.
Hello.
Mattel Deagleberries. Matt Dinkelberg.
These names are all terrible. Stop it.
By these names. I can't. So I've been I've been ironically Ligma posting a lot lately, and I can't stop.
Has it gotten to the point where it's starting to become you were doing it ironically, and now it's starting to take over, and it's now an ironic thing you're doing?
Yeah, it's gone all the way around so many layers of irony that it's become sincerity again. Guys, I'm calling it now. Sincerity is the new irony. Okay, 2022, we're going to be doing sincerity.
I'll drink to that.
Sincere Ligma posting in 2022. I'm calling it now.
Wouldn't that mean you're just licking people's balls? Is that how that works?
Yes. Just one. Just one in each cheek. You know, just pop one in I'm like a hamster. Just pop one in each cheek pouch.
Jacob at 3 a.m. with nuts in his mouth.
So anything to avoid reading more Onision, right?
Yeah. Well, we could. I mean, it's been a week or two since we did the last one, and I was actually re-listening to the last episode. So, in the meantime, while simultaneously listening to what we did last time and ignoring the actual story, I was coming up with a backstory for Airman and Big Soda.
Right.
So I only came up with Big Soda, who changed his name to Big Soda and then tricked the Supreme Court into becoming king of all soda everywhere. Mainly the drunk guy on the Supreme Court And that's about as far as I got because I really didn't put much thought into it.
Well, I mean, I'm glad that you didn't. That seems like a terrible waste of time. Thank you, Matthew Mason, for the $9.99. He simply says Omnimat. Not quite certain what he means by that, but yes, I agree.
I don't have a big enough mustache to pull off a.
I'm glad you know what the fuck he's talking about. Anyway, so I think
I'm not entirely sure, but it might be Invincible.
I think we're on chapter 13.
I think, yeah, because we did 12 last time, and we did the one chapter.
Yeah, and that is how numbers work. Yeah, so
yeah.
So Coward's Way Out is the chapter. We'll just wait a moment longer just to make sure that
Well, you just not an excuse to put it off more. Hopefully, what this
yeah,
is.
I'm so transparent. You know, I almost jumped out of a moving vehicle yesterday. You know, when like your retard brain hasn't been taken over by your non-retard brain.
Yeah.
So you know how everybody's got two brains, right? They sit there sort of, I think, on either side of the penis. And so I'm sitting in my friend's car and I said something and I did like a funny song and I went, oh, and he went, it's a work in progress. Yeah, I knew you were going to say that. And for just a moment, my retarded ass brain just went, jump out of the car. Because I went, oh, you're calling me predictable, and I reached for the door, and for just a second I was going to do it. I was like, I'm so dedicated to physical comedy. To prove I am unpredictable, I'm going to jump out of a moving vehicle. And then the sanity kicked in, and it just went, no, you fucking retard, remain in your seat. What's wrong with you? You fucking imbecile.
Jacob. Like, jumping out the car. You think it's unpredictable, but it's very predictable. What you should have done is you should grab the steering wheel and just see if you can just ram it into the side of a building. Just, what's more unpredictable than a double suicide?
What I should have done really is just like shat everywhere. It's like, oh, I'm predictable. I might just diarrhea cannon all over the car. And he's like, oh God, stop, please! That's him choking on my feces.
You roll
like
back
Tarzan.
You roll back and you blast it at the windscreen. So not only is he blinded, disgusted, and he might have a crack in his windscreen depending on how hard you shoot it out.
That's nice try. You're waiting to hit the sex number. Yeah, I was just sitting like, as soon as the chat hits 69 people, I'll just be like, nice, and then we can begin the stream.
So, judging by the title, hopefully what happens is Onision shoots himself at the start of the chapter, and then everything else is just describing his body decomposing.
Yeah, I mean, I hope that's the entire rest of the book, to be honest. Thank you, Eliza the Wanderer. Or it could be Elisa, I think it's Eliza, for $20. Mo Cash for Mo Cringe. Thank you for all your content. You're most welcome, and thank you for your donation. Who would have predicted that Cobe would have just jumped out of a moving vehicle? That's chaos there.
I'm not sure what's better. Like someone's like, "Oh, hey, I've decided to listen to this, episode 8 of some book on this bad creepypasta for the very first time. What are these people talking about?" And it's either like jumping out of a moving car or shitting yourself.
It's just every stream is just procrastination, isn't it? Just like, I hate Onision's book. I really want to hear these guys tear into it. Just click on it, just like fucking spewing diarrhea out of my anus all over the windshield. It's like a giant soda man beating up Cool Spot.
No, wasn't it Daniel Day? Because it was you replace
Daniel Day.
There will be blood.
Was that what? Is that what we said?
No, we started. There will be blood, but there will be there will be 7-Up.
It certainly sounds like something we'd say. Oh. Thank you, the neighbor's kid, for the $5. You boys need to take a break from onion-related literature. Next time you should do the Movie Bob or Linkara books. So we have had a peruse of Linkara's terrible webcomic. We have also discussed maybe doing a couple of chapters of Brick by Brick, the Super Mario Bros. 3 story by
Did we?
By Movie
Some
Bob.
fat guy.
Well, I mean, I don't know if it was a discussion so much as like I was like shrieking while dancing on the couch in my underwear, and you were trying to stop me. So I don't know whether that's really a discussion, but it happened regardless.
When he says you, he means Gemma. I wasn't there for that. He rarely dances and shrieks in his underwear around me. Rarely.
Well, it's because you never come round anymore, which probably because I shriek at you in my underpants.
I did tell you to stop. It was going to frighten everyone away.
Then you called him predictable, so he shit himself.
Yeah, he
Yeah.
said I was predictable. I was like, well, the only thing I can do. You know, and I just flung rice pudding about the place. And then naturally, I, crapped on the floor and left. And what else could you do?
Yeah, so like when someone calls Jacob predictable, he shits himself, but he does it every time. But that's not. But it's what consistency is. The shit is the unpredictable part.
We're not. Fucking hell. What a.
Wait, Jacob. Nice.
Yay!
We can start the stream now.
Yeah, there's 69 people in the chat. Nice. I just tell you to stop lies. Oh, fuck. Okay.
Anything to avoid reading.
Yeah, anything to avoid reading chapter. We're just literally discussing the consistency of feces.
And then we're reading this, so it's a step down.
It's like, oh no, then we have to stop talking about shit so we can read chapter 13, Coward's Way Out. Right, chapter 13. Once again, it's about... like, try and give this some sort of dignity. I've just sat here screaming about flinging feces everywhere, and then I'm just like, chapter 13, Coward's Way Out. I think like I can give this any sort of fucking dignity at this point.
That's how most professional when Audible hires people to read their books. That's what they do right before.
You're just like, yeah, one of the voice actors on Audible just leaving it running before they start. Once again, it's been some time since I last updated my journal. I'm stationed in Oklahoma now. Corey was stationed here as well. Initially, she was supposed to go to North Dakota. You know, North Dakota. Like, yeah, you just said that. It's basically a frozen hellhole. Fortunately, she was able to trade her destination with someone who had the same security clearance as her. Just like that, she was bound for the same base.
Is that a thing? You could like just swap, orders round in the military. Is that a thing you can do?
I don't know that shit, Matt. I'm keeping it real.
Keeping it real.
I'm not exactly sure what it is with her and I, but we haven't wound up in a typical guy-girl relationship. Well, what else is new, Greg?
They just write themselves, don't they?
You know how people of the opposite gender work, right? No, please tell me. First,
It involves a radiator and a basement.
First, they get to know a bit about each other. Eventually, or right away, both people wind up single. One thing leads to another, and bam, the girl's pregnant. What? You wind up single and then get pregnant? That's not how that works.
He's been doing it
See,
wrong
Greg,
this entire time.
when two consenting adults love each other very much,
Stop doing that to the microphone. It's really annoying.
is it annoying or is it
Yes.
fucking great? Thank you, Matthew. I know I normally wait till the end of a page to read Super Chats, but any excuse not to read this. Thank you, Matthew Mason. Hello, everyone. Welcome to Bad Procrastination. Today we will be talking about double suicide and Crohn's disease in a moving vehicle. Yeah, to be fair, if Toby had shat all over the windshield, it would have been predictable.
So I know Toby's had Crohn's disease for a while now, but I still don't really know what it is. So I just like to imagine he shoots crows out of his butt. So I know that's not what it is, but I like to imagine it's more
He shoots
interesting.
elderly women. It's not Crohn's disease. It's Crohn's. He shoots
I know,
Crohn's.
but Toby's not going to have elderly women up his butt. Don't be absurd. Like, a flock of crows makes much more sense.
Yeah, to be
The
fair,
witch
Actually,
in
it's called
there-
a murder of crows.
You see,
Matt.
if I suppose you're right, because if Toby had women in his lower intestine, that would make him a simp. So... Oh yeah, the story. I literally Oh no.
What?
Oh no, Greg.
Don't read what I think you're about to read.
Why have you
Read it.
written this? Hold on.
No.
I've got to do it as Greg. Hold on.
Oh.
I literally gratify myself to the thought of her on a regular basis. But that's literally the limitation of our relationship beyond friendship. There is no friendship. If you're jacking it and thinking about her, that's not a friendship. That's you being a fucking creep.
Jacking it in San Diego.
Jacking it, jacking it, jacking it. In the Air Force Base.
Okay, like, I like the way, you know, like, I jack, like, you know, like, it's like your relationship you have with someone, like, you jack up, like, I don't know, that's not what those words put together. It's just, it's like, no words.
Just these moments that Matt gets, and those of you who are regular viewers of the channel and have been here a long time will have noticed this, I'm sure. But there are moments where Matt gets so irritated by something that the words just like fall over each other, and he's going, just fuck, and he's just incapable. It's just nothing but hate, and I like those moments. They bring me great joy.
They spark joy, like Marie Kondo.
I don't know who that is. Is that the lady who does the Sparks Joy thing?
Yes.
Okay.
That was why the joke worked.
No, well, I understand. I understand how you've explained it to me. Please excuse me for not being doubled over with laughter, but I didn't understand the first time. Could you, now that I have the context, could you do the joke again?
No, because it's not funny anymore.
Well, no, but it will be because I now understand the context.
All right. So does it spark joy? Thank you. Thank you for indulging me.
That was the most insincere laughter that's ever been produced on the planet.
I'm used to it.
I would make a move, but there's just something that screams for me not to. Lol, she's 15. Also, I'm genuinely terrified of screwing things up between us. A lot of times there's a point when you get to know a girl where you have to decide whether you're going to be friends or date. And I think that ship has not only sailed, but is long forgotten. Now she and I basically just act like typical guy friends, except I'm jacking it to her every single night.
Greg, like, I mean, I think you felt like if your attraction to little girls, you're like, there's a better outlet for that sort of thing. Guys, you're clearly into. I'm not gay. I just like the younger girls.
They're the ones who haven't developed yet, where their chests are, not filled out. What are those strange fat sacks? Like so flat. That's what you're saying, Greg.
So here's the thing. Every time the name Corey comes up, I can't really imagine a woman per se. I just imagine
it's such a boy's name.
I just imagine someone who looks like Corey Taylor.
I'm just picturing the many popular Coreys from the 1980s.
Like Corey.
There were a lot of Coreys. There were,
which is
lots of Corey,
funny because they all got molested.
Is it funny?
No, it's a horrible tragedy.
Yes.
But it's funny because Onision is a sex offender.
Yes, he is.
Wait, that's also not funny. What I've just described is a series of sex crimes.
Horrible events. was it ironic or sincere?
Speaking of sex,
I don't even know anymore.
Speaking of sex crimes, Mickey from Doctor Who is apparently a sex pest.
Yeah, just add him to the, he and Joss Whedon can hang out.
Mm-hmm. And he won a BAFTA.
Yeah.
Like 11 days ago. Let's see how long Hugh has to do that for.
I don't think they can take your BAFTA off you.
No, wait.
A BAFTA means something. It's not like a Tony.
Hmm?
Yeah.
What was that, Matt?
I was going to say, like, he didn't win the BAFTA for that, did he?
No.
No, it's not the Oscars.
Oh, I wouldn't know. I didn't watch it like everyone else.
I'm bothered by how many award punchlines I just have. It's too easy, and that bothers me.
Hey, everyone. I've come out here in a $2 million dress. Vote for who I say you should. I get up on stage and play make pretend. Listen to my opinion. There we go.
Matthew Mason, thanks for the $4.99. Mr. Onion dumping over Corey in the house.
Man, to be fair, like
the best anime.
Yeah, people do jerk off to anime, and if I was gonna, it'd be Corey in the House. Is that great? Is Corey in the House a kid? Is Corey a child?
I think he's 16.
Yeah, let's not do that. Let's take a step back from that joke. I've never actually seen Corey in the House.
I think the only thing I've ever seen of Corey in the House is like the opening credits where he's like a black kid like crossing his arms in front of the White House. So it's like there's some random kid who just lives in the White House or something. Like
I only know Corey in the House because of the anime meme. of just Filthy Frank saying, I like anime, Corey in the house.
See, the only lore I know about Curry in the House is that it's a spin-off of the show That's So Raven, which was on Disney Channel.
I haven't seen that either. I didn't. I was fucking dirt poor as a kid. We had 4 TV channels.
Yeah, That's So Raven was like famous in like 2003, 2004, and then her little brother is Corey, and then Corey got his own spin-off show where he lives in the White House with his dad, who was also in That's So Raven. I know this because my sister watched Corey in the House because she's a few years younger than me.
Was he like?
I'm so
story,
glad
like,
we're having this discussion. This is so important.
Ignoring the thing is like. He's like, so is he supposed to be in the White House, or is he like living in the vents or something like that? And like, is it like was it Guys Under the Stairs?
So
where that film was
he's
called, where it's
basically
like...
a xenomorph in your mind. So a
It's
really
like,
small Corey bursts out of the president's chest.
That's the episode 1. The She's So Raven face hugger lays an egg in.
It's the first episode of Corey in the House. It's just a light-hearted comedy about the president, and then it just starts choking. And like,
By the way, the guy
this child just rips its way out of its chest.
By the way, the guy who plays the president in Corey in the House was in Pumpkinhead.
Pumpkinhead's a good movie.
Yeah.
But it's...
Not Pumpkinhead 2, though.
No, man, fuck Pumpkinhead 2.
And the game it rode in on.
Yeah.
So, did you need more gin?
Always.
Okay.
Back to the story. Before we get into a discussion about Pumpkinhead and the Corey in the House crossover, we'll be writing soon.
I'm told I'm really tickled by something because I'll just muttly that shit. I can't actually project, and I just go.
Right, but I will give our fans a hint. They'll be fighting the Decepticons.
Fans is a strong word.
People
Let's
who
give
have that-
these people who tune in out of a sort of morbid curiosity the same reason you might, watch a beheading on the dark web.
What?
You say that, and the viewer drops. The viewer count drops.
I'm like, well, he's got us there.
Gemma's an admin for the Corey in the House wiki.
I bet there's a Corey in the House wiki, right?
I'm sure there is.
There's a wiki for everything, Jacob. There's like wikis for fucking fanfics and shit like that.
Thank you very much, John. Is it Twinkleberry for the $20? Since we've had a year of COVID. Thank you very much for your donation. I'm just going to put this out there now. We are no longer making those jokes. It's no longer appropriate, but thank you for the $20. And normally that would be an excellent joke, but we are no longer making those. Where the fuck was I? All right.
Anywhere
Now
else,
she and I because again, I'm always flashing back when you say things like that to my mum. Just text me like, oh, "I'm so glad I spent that money putting you through college." Just like this, yeah. This is what I'm doing with my education. Hang out in the dorms, play video games, and talk crap about literally everyone else in the entire squadron. Corey specifically likes to make fun of male airmen. She finds the ones who try to act tough the most pathetic and desperate. She's basically Chris Chan. She said a lot of them are just little boys trying to fit in big boy pants. Hard to disagree. There are 50-year-old men who act like they're 10. Why not these 18 to 26-year-old airmen? Oklahoma.
Good thing they don't act, good thing. So there are these men who act like little boys, but good thing they don't act like little girls.
Blah, la, 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 la.
Cope's mum's straight savage.
Just vicious. Utterly vicious.
Wait, who was an English teacher?
I wasn't.
Well, you were an English. I was like, who are you speaking to?
I was a teacher. I didn't teach English.
You're a film, didn't you? You taught film or
Yeah,
something?
I taught creative media production at
That was
college. And then I quit because I thought, this is absolutely not what I want to do with my life.
You did complain about your students every single time
Yeah.
we were around.
It wasn't just that, because some of the students I liked, but it was the amount of shit you had to do. Like, you didn't just have to do all the boring teacher shit of, writing lesson plans, schemes of work, marking work, all that shit. I also had to attend lessons on teaching, give seminars on teaching, write essays about teaching while I was also running a class and doing all that shit. And I was like, wow, this is hard work. I was like, yeah, I think I'll just be like a tour guide. And, there was also YouTube. So this is more fun. Somehow this is more fun than doing something that is actually fulfilling.
Used to make a lot of money, then PewDiePie ruined it for everyone.
Yeah. Yeah, we used to actually make decent money off this channel, yeah, and then PewDiePie called somebody the N-word, and the rest is history. It was bound to happen, do you know what I mean? If it hadn't been PewDiePie, it would have been someone else.
Gage Letty, don't worry about it. The reason why I was asking is because a ton of people have thought that I was the English teacher in the comments of some videos.
With the entirely different accents.
I know.
There was a moment I was looking on the TV tropes and somebody had quoted you for an episode from like 2014. And I was like, well, no, obviously not.
Yeah, I think my first episode was in 2015, and then I was part of the main cast from 2016 onwards.
Yeah, it was that Terraria one, wasn't it?
Yeah, that was Terraria, yeah. The one where you made me read the Terraria one, and then there was that one Stormy Night one, which made no fucking sense. I just remember Lizard Lick towing.
Just fuck teaching how to be a drug dealer. I was like, yeah, screw a career, right? I'm gonna read books by sex perverts. Oklahoma, in general, is a crap-infested. I'm not even saying that out loud. There is no scenario where I read that sentence where it doesn't get thrown back in my face. I'm just gonna highlight the sentence. Those of you with decent monitors can see it yourself. There is no way I'm saying that out loud. There aren't many trees. I have yet to see a single mountain, and the entire base itself is completely flat. The place is littered with dirt and dead grass. Even our dorms are brown. Talk about eye garbage! Anyway, Corey has been pretty upset with me regularly volunteering to be deployed overseas to hostile countries. Because I'm just like an alpha gamer, Here's the thing. From what I've seen on TV and heard from the sergeants, it's important.
Okay, I just saw what you highlighted.
Right? No, I'm sure I don't necessarily think it's meant to be like considering like other things where they say brown. I don't think it's meant to be racist. But I thought if there is a voice clip of me reading that sentence out loud, I do not want that on the internet.
We usually use all that up before we start the stream. That's why we were late. We were just getting out of our system.
Yeah, just like it was a really weird thing. We were just like lifting weights and just screaming racial slurs at each other. I was like, okay, what I want you to do is I want you to with this bent bar here, I want you to go a wide grip, all right? And I want you to do 10 N-words, okay? And then throw it up in the air, catch it, and go slightly narrower grip, 10 P slurs, right? As you get right to the middle, I want you to do the CH slur, just as you do these little mini curls at the end, and your arms will be killing you. I'm like, can I just count to 10? Can I get a different personal trainer?
Like, no, now shut up and eat your pizza, and if you make a grunt, we'll set off a loud alarm.
Oh, God, man.
Alarm.
Man, fuck Planet Fitness, man. That shit is not a gym.
Planet fitting this pizza in my mouth.
I remember when you showed me that.
Shit.
You showed me a clip of just all these people fucking around the gym, and one guy was just sitting on the I don't know. It was like some piece of machine, and he was just eating a pizza. It's like, why did you come to the gym for
this? There's one guy who's doing like a leg press, right? It's not even a leg press. You know those leg curl machines? I can't remember what they're called now. But like, you put the bar over the top of like your shins, and you push them up, and you lift weights for like your your calves and the tops of your thighs. So it's a good machine. Well, I say it's a good machine. It's my nemesis. But the guy's on that, but he's got it on like 10 pounds, and he's just eating fucking pizza, this enormous fat guy, and I'm like, dude, put the pizza down. I don't blame him, like, for his shit habit. Like, obviously he's got into those shit habits, but it's like, obviously he doesn't know what he's doing at the gym.
Yeah.
Why is the gym giving him pizza?
So they can keep business up. If you get into shape, then you won't come to the gym anymore.
Yeah, honestly, it wants, like, Planet Fatness, like, it's garbage. They literally want to just keep people in this, like, cycle of unhealthy habits so they never leave. They never get in shape and leave.
Like, Mary Master's here.
They're basically the tobacco industry, aren't they? Like,
or like farmers. Jacob, you shear the sheep, it fucking grows back.
come on!
I was gonna say like when I've just seen like comments like Mary Masters here and like he said all right, but the thing is I keep on like hearing it as like Linda Belcher like all right, what are we doing?
The way you said that makes me think of the guy like someone from who was it like Chris? All right, yeah.
Okay. Anyway, Corey has been pretty upset with me. I've read that. Have I read that one? Yeah. Blah blah blah. Blah. Based on everything I've heard, the good people in those countries need us to help them. Just reading what I just wrote makes me feel like a sucker, but I can only go off the information that's available. The info I has... Yeah, great, yeah, talk like a fucking cat from 2012, you know, Reddit. God, I hate Reddit so much. The information that I has...
I has diddled kids.
I've... It's funny because he's a known nonce.
Yep.
Yeah, points
Continue.
to us being the. No, I lost my place. Points to us being. I haven't eaten, so I'm just drinking alcohol with nothing to soak it up.
The food will be ready soon.
Points to us being the good guys. If I don't help when given the opportunity, what am I? The coward I promised myself I would never be again? No. Thanks for that paragraph. That explains everything. Cheers. I hate the idea of refusing to assist people in need. I mean, didn't you, like...
Aren't you like some sort of like horrible
snap a
misanthrope
bully's arm for basically nothing?
Yeah, like isn't he like some sort of horrible misanthrope who's just been like a miserable fuck to everyone around him? Who's like, that guy, he listens to music. I wish he'd fucking die. I could throw a grenade at him. Like, oh yeah.
I refuse to assist people in need. Except, you know, like my dad's girlfriend, who obviously is obese, instead of, you know, being kind and polite to her, or even helping her out, instead, I'm going to constantly start fights with her because I am going to body shame her for no reason. But yeah, you want to help people. You want to help people in need, though.
Of course.
But only the thin people. I like to think that she wasn't actually obese. She was just a little bit overweight. But this is like, yeah, I said this is all his like twisted remembrance of all the events that happened. So it's like, she's a little on the. She's obese and disgusting.
Corey, however, literally ran off crying back in training when the sergeants played a practical joke on us. I mean, didn't you when they were mean to you? Didn't you like cite a piece of legislation that you didn't understand?
Yep.
What they call? I can't remember what to call it. Like a sissy or a pansy or
yeah,
something.
Yeah, they call
like
me a
that.
pansy. So he cited like the Ligma Accords and was like, "Well, you can't say that now."
Ligma balls.
See what I mean? I can't fucking stop.
I was gonna say, did you do that on purpose or?
No, it's just like inherent now. It's like it's like a part of my DNA. I'm just like Steve Jobs died of Ligma. Like every fucking day, I can't stop it now.
Yeah, this is. You need to get out your sister. Like, it's like that. What was it? When you keep doing like, and it's like, no, we're throwing them away for like 3 weeks straight.
Oh, God, yeah. No, I could not stop. I've been throwing them away.
They've been taking their ligmas and they've been throwing them away. Just combine it into two. Just, two into one.
The training instructors told us we were all getting deployed right away, and our destination-based plans were cancelled. No North Dakota, no Oklahoma. Straight to the desert for us. I would have chased after Corey when she ran off. It's like, oh, God forbid people in the military see any combat.
Yeah, oh, man, I thought it was, you join the military and then I get immediately promoted to super general and get just cushy jobs.
Like, don't get me wrong. Like, I'm not saying that combat is a good thing, but what I'm saying is it's kind of absurd to think, you're going to join the military during wartime and then get mad when you're deployed to somewhere dangerous.
So, oh man, I'm going to Afghanistan. I thought I was going to go to Florida.
Like, what were you expecting? Like, if you didn't want, you could have signed up to, what's the American version of the TA called again?
Is it the Home Guard?
Yeah, Home
It's not
Guard,
the-
that's
is
it.
the
The
Home
National Guard.
Guard? That's it, National Guard. It's been bugging me for ages. I can't remember what it was.
Yeah, because like Red Foreman gets annoyed at his neighbour being part of the National Guard when he was a Marine.
I would have chased after Corey when she ran off, but she went in the girls' restroom. I also was experiencing problems of my own. As we know, with a sex pest, they can only enter the girls' restroom if you invite them. I also was experiencing problems of my own. That was a strange joke. Specifically, a massive sinking
It's a
feeling in my
strange joke,
chest.
but I was thinking the exact same thing. I was
Specifically,
going to make that joke.
yeah, but it's like what is the joke? Like sex offenders are like vampires? Like it's a weird. Do you know what I mean? Like it's a weird joke. Like what am I trying to? What point am I trying to make with that? Does every joke need to make a point? No, it doesn't.
You should stab, just like vampires, you should stab them in the heart with a stake, and they suck the life out of people.
No, I guess that
There you
was.
go.
I wasn't ready to be. I wasn't ready to be. I'm already far too drunk for this. I wasn't ready to be deployed back then either. I wanted to get settled at my new base first. Fortunately, that was all a sick joke. Enough time had passed. Now I'm ready. So far,
Spoilers, Jelly.
I've been through 2 pre-deployment training sessions, learned how to fire a number of weapons, including the shotgun, machine gun, grenade launcher. Yes, that exists. Oh, machine gun grenade launcher. Right, I don't think it's called that, darling. And a couple heavy machine guns. Heavy machine gun! They're all pretty terrifying machines. Right, that's the end of that bit. Let's read some super chats.
I'm gonna go check on food.
Okay, Buddy Holly says, "Hi guys, still working on that story. It wouldn't be the whole thing, just the first 2 chapters. Always a great day. When y'all are uploading or streaming." Well, thank you for the donation. I'm going to overlook your use of the word y'all because you were so generous. Thank you.
It might be from some southern state in America, so.
This is like the Virgin Southern States of America, of North America, the Chad South America. Uncle Palpy. Eating pizzas, thank you very much. Uncle Palpy says, eating pizzas while on the exercise machine. Just what was Movie Bob doing at a British gym, Jacob? It wasn't a British gym, it was a video of somebody at Planet. We don't have Planet Fitness in the UK, thank God.
They tried, but we burnt them out.
Machine gun launchers exist. No shit, Greg, so do age of consent laws! Jesus Christ, our fucking stream chat has 0 chill.
Like, should it? Should it really?
No, perhaps not.
Yeah, I think I remember that, like, that. It was, Jacob just showed me, it was like, because you were going to the gym a lot at the time, and you just got fucking, you found a video of just people fucking about in the gym, and it's like, some woman who looked like she was in shape, but she had, like, what was it, some weights, and she was, like, spinning them on her back for some reason.
There's so many weird things you see, or people, doing push-ups, like, off the treadmill. The worst one I see, and I see this one all the time at the gym, is people going up to the assisted pull-up machine, right? And then doing like a standing leg press on it. Like, that does nothing! Literally just doing lunges without even holding weights would do more for your legs than this. You are wasting your time.
You're wasting your life.
Like, why are you spending money on a gym subscription if you're going to roll in and do that? And also, why are members of staff just walking around not telling them to stop?
Like, I imagine they just don't care anymore. Like, they see someone stupid, like, okay, fine, you're paying my salary, I am not going to help you. You would be wasting both our times if I tried to explain it.
Thank you.
Also, Jacob.
Sorry, carry on.
I was just going to say, like, do you remember that one? It was like someone who was going to say, like, I'm going to, like, break the record for pull-ups, and he was like instead of doing actual pull-ups. It was like do like 100 pull-ups in like a minute or something like that, and he was just flailing.
He does like I think he succeeds in doing like 3 actual pull-ups, and the rest he's just flailing around like a fucking fish out of water. It's a really famous video.
He's like
some insufferable CrossFit cunt.
I remember that. You fucking hate CrossFit people so much.
I really do.
Spend it every single time. It was. I don't think we recorded it, but it was like it was like any tangent, anything, even remotely, just like fuck CrossFit. Like, oh, so what do you think of the this new film? Oh, it's not better than going to those fucking CrossFit cunts.
I remember I was at a restaurant once and this guy was just speaking really loudly and just being really obnoxious, right? And he got up and went to go to the bathroom and he had a baseball cap on. And I swear to God, it had CrossFit written on it. I was like, that's perfect. Of course you're a cunt. Like,
So you shat on a seat and he didn't notice.
well, no, I didn't do that because I thought that was entirely too predictable. The big problem with me getting deployed is I'm always a backup to go. I'm the guy the Air Force goes to when someone finds out they're pregnant. Yes, I'm the Air Force midwife. Or has another medical condition that prevents them from being deployed. Speaking of which, let's talk about that.
Have a seat.
No, you're absolutely right. Look at this in the chat. CrossFit, more like cross shit. Yeah, absolutely. It's fucking garbage. Something the military... Like, you might as well just not do sports than do CrossFit. CrossFit is what I call it, the ability to lose gains. Something the military regularly does is incentivizes...
You get more gains by eating pizza at
Yeah,
a gym.
you might as well be on the fucking leg curl machine eating pizza.
I mean, the guy doing the pull-ups, which looks like he's fucking starting a car in the 1800s. 1900s, sorry.
Yeah, he's just fucking flailing his arms. It's like, it wasn't pulling himself up, he was using his own momentum to push himself up. What are you eating anyway? Hello? I think they've died.
Sorry, I was trying to mute while I chewed. Basically, we realised I was drinking too much alcohol to like not eat food. So we were going to have pasta. It was like, right, that's too much effort because we're doing a stream. So just potato wedges and some kind of lattice thing. So just stuff we could throw in the oven.
Yeah.
I was hoping you can say so you didn't bother cooking the pasta. You're just eating it raw.
I once knew this absolute fucking degenerate. Let me chew. Hold on.
His name was Toby. He ate waffles.
I once knew someone, lived with someone, as a matter of fact, who would eat pasta as a cereal. You're confused. Let me explain.
Who was this?
Well, I'm not going to say their name on my own stream.
Was it in college? Was it that guy you were roommates with in college?
No. It wasn't at college. So it was a lady, and she would
It
pour
was a lady.
pasta shells into a bowl. Dust the pasta shells, dry pasta shells, with sugar. And then add the milk and eat them as a cereal. I just wanted everyone to know that. I wanted you to feel that in your fucking hearts.
Is she mad?
Anyway. Something the military regularly does is incentivizes, because apparently you don't know how sentences work, people to treat
Doesn't know
their
how to
bodies
pluralize words.
like crap. They do this by refusing to send people who can't meet a certain physical standards. Oh my god. Incentivize and standard, alright? Proofread your fucking garbage.
No, but Greg doesn't proofread. He's amazing.
Didn't he get
just as
mad
he
at a
is.
fan who offered to proofread his books for free?
Yeah.
What a fucking dick. They do this by refusing to send people blah blah blah. The process is actually entirely reasonable, considering a medically messed up person puts everyone else in jeopardy out in the field. But the abuse of this system is a constant. It's always the social rejects that take advantage of these generous precautions. You may think I'm an outcast at my new base, but in reality I'm generally accepted, because everyone else here is a prick as well. No one but Corey came with me from my last flight, and since then I haven't upset really anyone. As for these physical rejects, they always have problems making friends wherever they go, and are regularly awkward, like something's wrong with their brains.
Did you read that out?
For instance, one sergeant seems to be blatantly getting fatter. What is with the fat thing with this guy? So she can't pass her physical training test. Greg, if I had a body like yours, man, I wouldn't be fat shaming people.
This is my vegetarian body.
She hasn't been sent anywhere since she got to the base years ago, and now very likely can't get deployed either. So that's what she told me when we were posted together. Then there's this other sergeant who has sleep apnea. Coincidentally, every person I've seen sleep apnea? Every person I've seen sleep apnea
That's not a real sentence.
also has horrible dieting habits. I wish these people would put down the donuts, cut the cake out of their daily consumption, and serve their goddamn country. I want you dishonorably discharged from the military, Greg. So people who actually have honor wouldn't have to catch bullets in place of them. What irony, right? If they did that, it would make them brave, wouldn't it? This is why cowards live and courageous people die. God, I hate you. Right, thank you, Sam. $5, thank you very much. What's up, lads? How much bum tickling did I miss? Not a lot of bum tickling. You missed some feces and some ligma. But presently, you're missing nothing. This is garbage. Gemma, I want to finish eating my food without grossing the audience out. Since you're nearly done, do you want to swap seats with me for a little while?
Yes, I'm just going to finish this, and then I'll get him another drink, and then I'll read the rest. So.
Okay.
So we'll just sit in silence while you
sit in
finish
awkward
your
silence
meal.
for a moment, because you know. So thank
you
you, Gemma.
Oh yeah, because it's my fault.
Yeah.
Making you dinner and everything.
That's the bare minimum.
Well, Gemma, you are a woman. You're expected to make dinner because we live in the 40s.
Because as you know, Greg here understands how the opposite gender works.
Yeah, if you once you what did he say earlier? If you're not in a relationship, then they get pregnant.
So,
if you're not,
you'll
with
be in a
them,
relationship with me, then you'll become single and then fall pregnant.
I would like to read this out. Thank you very much, Gilliam Hassan, for the £10. This gym is full of monsters. How could you sit there and eat pizza?
Oh yeah, Jacob. It's a bit well, completely off topic, but what was I was just talking to Nathan the other day, and he sort of just watched what was it Red Letter Media talk about Neil Breen, and he's asked, it's like, I've watched one of those with Jacob. Yeah, which one was it? And like, for the life of me, I can't fucking remember which one it was.
It was Double Down we watched together because we didn't have access to Fateful Findings, which is my favourite Neil Breen film.
Which we will be buying at some point.
Yeah.
From Neil Breen's website.
Yeah, you can buy all of Neil Breen's films on DVD. They come in like a CD case with no printing.
From his awful web. Wasn't it? No, hasn't it gotten better? But wasn't it like terrible before? No, we had the DVD of because we did as you said, we did commentary for Double Down. That's somewhere.
Yeah, but
we might have to do it again.
We didn't watch it legally.
Where did you get to?
I've scrolled it down to the top of the page is where you need to be.
Okay. In the military, if you get pregnant, they say you not only lose your ability to be deployed, but also can elect to separate from the military entirely. We all know the military isn't just something you can just quit on a whim. You signed a contract when you join that you're legally bound to. What this means is there are likely thousands of babies out there who literally exists because mummy simply got tired of serving her country. Kids are not tools you use to get out of your obligations.
No, apparently they are tools used for sex, though.
Yeah.
You got to it before me.
Or for taking videos of when they fall out of windows. Sadly, this is the side effect of giving good people reasonable options. Screwed up people take advantage of those options and abuse them. Like kids. Regardless, after multiple failed attempts to get deployed to a hostile country, I finally volunteered to get deployed to South Korea. It's technically considered a deployment as North and South Korea are officially still at war. The two countries constantly look like they're at peace, considering there hasn't been a truly hostile act between them for quite a few years. But they say everyone has their fingers on the trigger. It's just a matter of time. I don't buy it.
I hope this ends. I hope the final chapter is him, like, fighting Kim Jong-un on, like, top of a fucking statue or something, and then I want it, like, basically it's like the ending of Inglourious Bastards, but it's fucking Greg.
Fighting Kim Jong-un on top of
this one's for Americans' rights and young, supple girls. Take this, yeah!
And young, supple girls!
I don't buy it. I think they'll never go to actual war again. If it really is safe, I'm hoping Corey volunteers as well. She is basically the only person I ever want to be around, like, ever. That's how I imagine him saying that.
Yeah, so like fucking Greg the Valley Girl.
Chapter break. Now, did you read the super chat from Renita Chan?
No, I'm gonna go back up. Is that the last one?
I think so.
Thank you, Renita Chan, for the $4.99. Oh boy, he's going to fetishize my ethnicity in Rachel, because being treated as an exotic object just never gets old. Yeah. That seems to be the case.
Uncle Palpy, thank you very much for the £5. You know, it's odd that Greg's baby fell out of the window. Out of everyone on the planet, you think he'd have child-locked windows.
So the next chapter
It's
is...
dark, isn't it?
Yeah, it's dark. Chapter 14 is The Wrong Move.
Yeah, fuck it. Fuck it, let's read it.
Okay. Let's do it. Oh, Jimmy Colleen, thanks for the $4.99. There are no words for how angry this makes me. Greg, you are a disgrace. Yep.
Fair.
Very fair. Okay. So, you know what I said earlier regarding something about Corey being different? As if there were an internal voice screaming for me not to make a move on her? It's because she was a kid. Well, I was right. The other night I was sitting in my pajamas on my bed. I was in my dorm room waiting for Corey to get back. She was a little late as the airman who was supposed to be taking her post failed to show up. As I waited for her alone in my room, I felt I wasn't exactly prepared for what was about to happen. I told Corey earlier I had some crazy news to give her. How was she going to take it? Would we realize...
Corey, I'm pregnant.
I'm single, and I'm now pregnant.
And Airman is the father.
I pushed my fingers into my eyes. As I waited for her alone in my room, I felt like, yeah. How was she going to take it?
Someone in the chat just said banana pajamas.
What, is that the news he's got to give? Corey, are you sitting down? I need you to sit down. And he takes her by the hand. He's like, listen to me, Corey. This is very important. Bananas and pajamas. They're coming down the stairs, Corey. Corey, bananas and pajamas. They're chasing teddy bears, Corey.
So it was like...
So how did you get in here?
I Am a Fish Productions was like, Corey, I'm pregnant.
Fuck you.
So...
It goes like, quick, look at our child. Goes, Greg, that's just a shit. You just took a shit. Isn't he beautiful? I'm leaving, Greg. You're clearly insane.
Why is he in a tiny banana costume?
How would we realize? Are you okay?
I'm really hammered.
Yeah, I mean,
You probably should have drunk all that fucking gin. Like, why didn't you try to, like, just choke down a bit of red or something before you started drinking?
Fuck you, that's why.
You didn't think of it, did you?
No.
Would we realize the end was near and finally confess her feelings? Did she even feel what I felt? Finally, she showed up looking happy to see me. Corey said, "Hey, I missed you today. Thought about you a lot on post." I smiled and said,
Lion.
"Missed you too."
Missed you too.
Said it exactly how he said it.
She gave me a big smile and I continued,
Missed you too. It comes himself. Like, simps all over the floor.
So, the news I had.
She replied in a tired but interested tone. "Yeah, tell me about it."
You see, there are these bananas in pajamas.
I confessed.
I'm going to South Korea.
You sound like... Why'd you sound like Lloyd, Brad Jones's cat? When you do that?
I'm going to South Korea.
I like the way you said it, just made me picture him, like, waving his hands up in the air like Kermit.
My owner Brad is a complete fucking sellout hack.
Complete silence invaded the room. Corey clearly didn't like what she just heard. Regardless of her natural disappointment, she didn't want to discourage me. She replied, "Oh, I guess that's better than the desert." I tried to stay positive. I knew she volunteered shortly after I convinced her so there was a chance we could go together. I said...
Hold up. This is Greg's fault. Read that sentence again.
I tried to stay positive. I knew she volunteered shortly after I convinced her to, so there was a chance we could go together. I said...
It's his fault.
It is his fault. But
So wait. Are you saying that Greg pressured a woman into doing something she didn't want to?
Oh,
Emperor Crimson.
I'm laughing, but there's countless victims.
Emperor Crimson.
Wait, countless. I don't think it's really countless. It's not like from the book. I come from the dawn of time. My victims are countless. Like I think he's bad, but I don't think he's countless victims bad, Jacob. Hopefully.
Emperor Crimson, thanks for the $5. The banana suit stays on during sex.
Line.
Okay. Well, you volunteered for South Korea too, remember? They might send you a short while after me.
Well, you volunteered for South Korea, remember? They might send you a short while after me.
Suddenly it became obvious she was struggling to make it appear like she was okay. Her efforts gave out and her lips sank into a frown. Corey put her hands on her face and began to cry. I quickly moved towards her and hugged her. She leaned into my hug and began to soak my pajama top with her tears.
His banana top.
Cobe?
Wait, I haven't got my line yet. You gotta finish your sentence.
Was this about me? That's your sentence.
No, it's not in quotations. My line doesn't start until you say the word I asked.
Was this about me? I asked.
What's going on?
As her tears continued to fall, she said, "I'm getting deployed already. They can't send me to Korea. I'm slotted to go somewhere else."
Yeah, you said desert. You already said.
Yep.
Damn it, Corey, you already told us where you were going.
I was kind of hoping it was going to be...
You're going to Las Vegas.
He's going to the Mojave Desert. Sadness overtook me.
I was kind of hoping she was crying in joy. Like, you're going to be so far away from me, I'll never have to see your face again.
Yeah, but this is Greg's words, not anyone else's.
This is how he remembers it.
Greg subconsciously admitting that it's natural to be disappointed in him.
This was a guarantee that we wouldn't be seeing each other for some time. On top of that bad news, she was going to an actual war zone, whereas my deployment was to a place that had no significant conflict since before I was born. My deployment was ideal. I was going from a flat and dirty nothing state to a scenery and nature-rich exotic nation.
From what I see, you could apparently volunteer. So why wouldn't that be the first thing you do? Volunteer to go to a place where you're not likely to get shot or blown up by someone leaving something in the road?
Yeah, it is like...
Do we have anyone who's actually... anyone who's listening who's actually been in the military? Is this how it works? You get to pick your assignment. Can I go to where the war isn't, please, sir? Okay, you asked.
I was like, can I go on a nice place where there's, like, holiday destinations and no war? Yes, of course you can.
Paris, perhaps. I dare I even say Tahiti.
Fiji! Fiji sounds nice this time of year.
So I think of in Blackadder when they paint the German defences.
Mm-hmm.
So, yes. Station our man here in Paris to soak up the atmosphere. Dare I even say Tahiti?
My deployment was I've already read that. Now trying to wipe the tears away from her face, she rose up and said, "It's okay. I joined the military voluntarily. I should have expected this." I replied,
"Yeah, but we didn't expect each other."
She let out
At that moment, she just vomited up so much blood onto Greg. Run away, screaming in joy that she'll never see him again. Is that what happened?
Look at this comment from Uncle Palpy. Age of consent in South Korea was 13 at the time. So I think we all know what his real motivation was.
Oh, fuck's sake!
We did it, Reddit!
Wait, Jacob. I think we're reading it wrong, because if that's the age of consent, then that makes it okay there. So he wouldn't want that. He would want to go lower then.
Some
Greg's a
sort
rebel.
Of weird
He doesn't
fucked
play
up
by...
version of The Price is Right.
See, Greg's a rebel. He doesn't play by your rules. He always wants to break the law. Wherever he is.
Is this higher or lower than a 13? I'm going lower, thank you. Whoever does it, Regis no, that's Wheel of Fortune, isn't it? Anyway,
I fucking love Wheel of Fortune.
Who was it that used to do it here?
Some old guy.
It was like... Yeah, some old guy.
Where's Jin?
In the kitchen.
Did you say what is gin or where is gin?
Where is Jin?
I thought Jacob's so drunk he forgot what booze was.
Where's it? Go's kitchen? No?
Bob Barker. That was it. Barb Barker.
Bob the Builder, yeah, that was him. Bob the Builder, he would always crush animals' nuts with a shovel.
Just, we'd be like, I'd like to buy a vowel, and he's just like, listen, let me tell you, do you realize?
Like, I'm just gonna read out this last sentence and then I'll get us more gin.
No, I'll do it.
But it's my line. Or something.
No, I mean, Jesus Christ, Jim, I'll get the gin.
Okay, you get it.
I think you two have had enough gin.
No.
You're just jealous, Matt, because you can't have any because of the diabetes.
Okay.
Fuck you, I'll go get the brandy.
She let out a painful laugh and said, "That's true. You suck." I smiled.
I mean, she's not wrong.
And softly laughed. Thank you, motherfucker.
Read the rest of the page and then read the super chats.
A good portion of the night, Corey and I sat on my tiny bed watching movies. At some point, I felt it was reasonable to put my arm around her. She seemed to react like she was happy I did. We'll see. This made me pretty happy, so I looked at her with a warm smile. Whatever we were watching, I don't even remember.
It was a basic comprehension of laws such as age of consent.
At some point, I felt it was reasonable. No, wait, no, I did that. I don't even remember. I had been fantasizing about being with Corey since I met her, and the realization I was going to lose her soon made me desperate to make a move.
When he says, I'm going to lose her soon, does he mean she's about to turn 18 and I will now return to the drink?
Corey, your birthday's coming up, and I want to do something special before that. Don't you mean on my... No, not on your birthday. That will ruin it. So,
Right.
oh wait, I just figured out what Greg's favourite movie is.
What is it?
16 Candles.
I get it! Because they're underage.
I'm gonna die.
Is Jacob not back with your gin yet?
No!
Was he just hiding in the kitchen drinking it?
I just heard him say, "I'm gonna die." There he is.
Let's swap seats again.
Okay.
Alright.
Without much hesitation.
Without much hesitation, with my arm still around her, I said, Corey, She looked at me with a look of nervous concern on her face. I just hoped her facial expression meant she was scared about our friendship changing.
No,
Rather than
she's
she
scared
was
of you.
scared of me because I'm a colossal pervert. I was going to go for it. I
No,
leaned in.
Jacob, you do not call him. He is not a colossal pervert. He is below the colossal pervert.
I was going to go for it. I leaned in to kiss her, but before I could make contact with her lips, she said under her breath,
Stop.
which was a huge turn-on for him. We were so close that I could feel her breath softly impact my lips. The warm, sweet-smelling air released just beyond her lips almost soothed the heartache I felt.
The amount of times you said lips, I don't know what lips means anymore.
Just become a nonsense word.
Yeah.
Right. Is it saying lips or ligma?
Ligma balls got him. On my many travels around the world, starting in the Zambezes, I became deeply moved by the plight of the Sugandese people. I'm sorry, Major. Who are the Sugandese people? Sugandese nuts! Ha ha! Got 'em! Thank you very much, motherfucker, for the $20. Has anyone really been far? Has anyone really been far even as decided to you even go want to do look more like?
What?
Thank you for the money.
Am I having a stroke?
Am I too drunk to read that?
I think yeah, am I just too hammered to read? Thank you, Matthew Mason, for the $4.99. I'm going to the one place that hasn't been tainted by consent laws. Korea!
Oh, Cole, you did it wrong. You've got to pretend like corpse, almost corpse in the middle of it, and then say Korea.
Spice! I love that was the take they used. They probably had like 10 and that was the only usable one. And even that, I feel like I'm playing pretty
That was
fast and
probably
loose
his
with the
most
word
tame.
usable. She whispered in my ear, Greg, why don't you take a seat?
Corey or Corey Hansen?
You know, they may have killed Jeffrey Epstein, but Jeffrey Epstein was more than a man. He was an idea. See, Onision lives.
Can't kill an idea.
I was heartbroken. I felt like I was being ripped apart inside. I mean, we can only hope, can't we? From just that one word. Instead of pulling back, I quickly diverted my lips towards her ear and whispered, I have no idea what you're talking about.
I don't know the meaning of the word stop.
Stop, I'm sorry, but that is not the correct safe word.
It's like that bit in iRobot. It's like, that is not. It's like you're not asking the right questions.
Okay, so like the fact you can remember anything from iRobot apart from the shitty CGI is amazing, Gemma, in like a terrible way.
The only thing I can remember is the guy I can't decide whether he's Alan Tudyk or Doug Jones, but one of those guys who's always plays those roles.
Alan Tudyk.
Just slamming his hands down and going, I did not murder him! That's the only part I remember.
It's definitely Alan Tudyk.
Oh, and I think
Yeah.
like a JCB smashes up his house at one point.
I do remember the line,
Yeah.
I'm sorry, I'm allergic to bullshit.
Oh, is that where that comes from?
Yes.
The only thing I really remember about that is
That
just
feels like a boomer
hey,
t-shirt.
Yes.
It's like Kanye West, never heard of her. One of those kind of shirts. Sorry, I'm allergic to bullshit. And yes, my wife did buy me this shirt. Father, I cannot click the book. Immediately, Corey began busting out laughing.
You're such a freaking idiot.
She screamed.
You're such a freaking idiot!
as she blew her rape whistle.
This is never staying up. She screamed with a grin on her face as she rose to her knees while moving to the base of my bed. I smiled, looking across the bed at her, and replied, Hey, I'm just watching a movie here. She laughed, and when she heard me struggle to maintain my dignity, and
She laughed some more.
screamed back, Please don't scream, it's 11 o'clock and we have neighbours.
Get off me, you idiot! Oh, wait. Oh, bullcrap, you idiot.
And continued to laugh. My face was blushing, but I tried to hide it. Corey saw the look of embarrassment on my face and said,
Aw, I'm sorry. Let's finish the movie and you can sleep your urges off, okay?
I mumbled under my breath, I have no urges, and you're just a crazy person saying crazy things. Again,
Like,
she
no.
busted out laughing, calling me an idiot, but for some reason moved back to sit beside me.
So yeah, I don't have crazy. It's like I'm not crazy. I don't have any urges. I'll get off you. I swear.
She's still giggling. She said,
Where? Put your arm back around me, you idiot.
I smiled embarrassingly, sighed and put my arm around her again. As Corey looked at me, her eyes appeared as if they were seeing fireworks go off for the first time. Yeah, that's what you are, Greg, a firework going off. Wow. They were full of life and accompanied by a cheesy grin on her face as she stared at me with that silly look, and she said, Say it.
I love you, you idiot.
It was the first time she said she loved me. Unfortunately, this new confession was accompanied by her calling me an idiot. That fact isn't important. I love her too. So I said it back. Just like Corey said, we finished the movie and shortly after she went back to her room. Despite her positive spin on what happened, I still took the rejection to heart. I basically cried myself to sleep, which is something I don't ever remember doing over a girl. Only over boys. It's a gay joke. That's all I got. At least she loves me, and that's the end of the chapter. Now let's... thank you very much, Ixchavalatarius, for the £2. How to kill Gemma, get her drunk, and tell a joke. I mean, you're not wrong.
It's just, it is true. Death is your wingman. For God's sake.
I mean, I'm not reading that. There's precisely zero chance of me reading Death is Your Wingman tonight.
Well, I mean, we did better than last time where we only got through the one chapter and we were, struggling the entire fucking way. At least we weren't completely diversion off this every 4 seconds like last time. Maybe it's Toby. Toby's the disruptful one. Yeah, him and his waffle eating habits.
Waffle.
Fucking hell. The neighbour's kid, thank you for the $5. The super chats from these streams should go to a fundraiser to hire a deep web assassin to take out Greg. I would like to go on record, I do not support this.
With a knot.
Not.
Uncle Palpy, thank you for the £2. I love you. I love me too. I'd say it reminds me of, when you and I started seeing each other.
Yeah.
It's like, oh, I think you're pretty great, Jacob. Was like, yeah, me too.
Yeah. I remember that. Good times.
I'll just do these lunges.
I did find it weird that you were doing lunges at me in the middle of the train station, but still.
Yeah, but you came back, didn't you? So obviously the lunges were effective. They reached the target. No one can see the funny facial expressions and like hand gestures I'm doing, so like a good 60% of the comedy is just lost. It's just vanished.
Reach the target. What target?
I'm saying, but like the comedy is in how I'm presenting, but they can't see that. Mike, thank you for the $4.99. Don't kiss me. I love you. Okay then, Greg. Excellent writing. 10 out of 10.
All right. So on a scale of which would you rather see, this or the sand speech? Which is better?
Someone genuinely told me they hate Sans today.
What?
It's like somebody at work was just like, yeah, I hate Sand, and I was like, so you like Anakin? And they were like, yeah.
I don't know why, because of Logan and his obsession with Undertale, I thought you said I hate Sans, and I'm like, did somebody just say randomly out loud that I hate Sans?
I mean, I hate Undertale.
Yeah.
I think it's laughably pretentious.
There go all the fans who like Undertale.
Yeah.
Oh no, whatever will we do?
Uncle Palpy, thanks for the £5. We do not condone the hired assassination of Gregory Jackson. Save some cash and do it yourself, coward.
Yeah, pretty much. If you guys want to spend your money on that, by all means. But the moment you click that $, your money becomes our money.
Like, Super Chat wouldn't let me say I love you, you idiots. Lol.
See, that means that YouTube has better quality standards for writing than whatever publishing website Greg used to put this out.
Like, are you kidding? Publishing website, like, he clearly just fucking found a convert, like, he wrote it in, like, a fucking notepad and found a converter to turn it into a fucking PDF.
Yeah, I can do that. Like, on my, like, on my Samsung Galaxy, I can write a note and then turn it into a PDF. That's probably what he did.
I think it's amazing this is a book, right? I mean, like, people have spent actual money on this.
Well, thing is, like,
People went to work, right?
Mm-hmm.
Worked X number of hours to make the price of this book.
Yeah, the way that it does is, like, self-publishing books on Amazon is that basically, like, if somebody buys the book, some third-party company will make the book, like, and then send it to the person. Like, it'll just sort of, like, print it and then put whatever...
But what I mean is that somebody worked for, like, over an hour to afford to buy this book, is
Yeah,
what I'm
most
saying.
likely, yeah. Yeah, probably.
Well, Jacob, the world's full of stupid people.
PDF, more like paedophile.
I get it.
Get it, because he's a nonce.
Yeah.
Because he's a disgusting nonce who, you know, should be in jail.
Yeah. Apparently he released a video recently where he was trying to debunk the Onision documentary because somebody apparently came to him and said that none of it was true.
Well, I mean, if it's not true, surely he would know that. Like, who would need?
Yeah, I was like, did he?
Who would need to go to the subject of the documentary and tell them it's not true? Oh yeah, you're right. I guess I didn't fuck those kids.
Oh, thank God! I've been a big fan of his for years. I'm so glad to hear that. It's just like got some sort of weird disassociation personality.
Thank you, Sam, for the $5. We all know the only thing Greg has read and liked was Lolita. Honestly, it's like shooting fish in a barrel, except instead of a barrel, it's a prison cell, and instead of fish, it's nonsense.
I was going to say, those fish fucking deserve it. They know what they did.
Tea Kettle, thank you for the $5. Hi, it's really good to see that you're back to streaming on YouTube permanently. Yep, you know, it turns out I was right about fair use. Who saw that one coming? I hope you didn't mind an off-topic...
That's fucking right. We haven't made fun of someone.
Yeah, a certain talented individual. I hope you don't mind an off-topic question. Do you like Stargate?
Yes.
Yeah, I really like Stargate.
Yeah.
If you mean SG-1, I don't hate the movie as much. It's really popular as shit on the movie. I think it's bad, like cheesy fun. It's harmless.
It is harmless.
I like it fine.
Yeah.
Well, it's one of those things where, like, you look back, you look at today's modern sort of like crappy action movies, and then you look back at those ones, and you're like, fucking Independence Day is fucking amazing, isn't it?
What a masterpiece. But I don't hate the Stargate movie, but I love Stargate SG-1. I think it's great.
Richard Dean Anderson is fantastic. I love him.
It's like, thank you, the neighbor's kid, for the $5. It's like shooting furries in a convention. Matt Dixon, 2019.
Is that something I said?
Apparently so. And, you know, good on you for saying it.
Yeah. The first time, I was actually thinking back to this, the first time I'd actually ever heard of furries was, like, I remember there was, like, a CSI episode back in, like, the early 2000s where there was a murder at a furry convention.
And they didn't bother to investigate.
Yeah, they actually fucking investigate.
Didn't bother.
There's been a murder where a furry convention and the guy just puts his feet up on the desk.
Joe, Matt, you just reminded me of Chris Rock talking about, if you want to get away with killing someone, just put a demo tape in their pocket. It's like, this is a rap killing. Let's go home.
But was it like, sprinkle some crack on them?
It's like Being Daddy says, you did say that, Matt. It's what made me start to idolize you.
What video did I say that on?
Fuck knows. It's funny though.
I
was in a Discord. I was in a Discord chat the other day, right? And like it took all my strength not to post. I typed it out and then didn't post it. Basically, right? Let's find it. Basically, somebody wrote, "Oh, I'm sick of this guy who were arguing," and he just said, "All furries are pedophiles and zoophiles," and I really wanted to go, well, I mean, he's half right. But I thought best not.
Probably.
because one of my friends runs that server, and I didn't want to be a dick. But I was like, oh god, that'd be really funny if I post that. I don't know.
You should have made like a sock puppet account just to do it.
Just to roll into a server and be a cunt and leave.
Like the only go back to that thing I said about shooting furries at convention. The only one I could think of off the top of my head where you would say that is we what was it, how to get bloodstains out of a furry costume, but we never actually posted that fucking episode.
I remember that one. I remember that one because I ended up lying on the floor, completely I think I was quite drunk. I think Jacob also was lying on the floor when we were reading that episode, basically going, "What the fuck?"
Possibly because it was because it's about a murder in a furry convention or something like that.
Is that
Yeah,
the same?
I was something that was named I can't get blood out of my furry suit.
That was a weird day. Was
That
that the
was.
same day we read the one that the punchline was the ghost was Chris Chan?
Yes.
But that wasn't our punchline. That was the story's punchline.
Yeah.
It was also
No.
the day that we found Sean's videos, like Sean's films, where we were watching.
Yes! And we
Yes.
watched the original Jeff the Killer movie and everything.
Yeah.
Oh, was there one where it's the guy running around in his dad's clearly his dad's house or something like that?
Yeah.
Mhm.
Apparently it was a Sonic EXE remake when you said, oh, it's like shooting furries at a convention. To be fair, JC the Hyena is the type of guy to make you want to kill furries.